You just get home from work, it's already pitch black, and you're just going about your normal routine in the evening, but things have changed. It's no longer summer weather and everything is dark outside. As you're walking down your driveway, some disheveled beast races past your leg, missing you by about 1 or 2 feet, and you hear it running off into the darkness. You have no clue what it was because you could just barely see it in that dark environment. Maybe it's a chupacabra. I don't know. Or a sand shark. It could have been a sand shark. No clue what this thing was. But you know, when this happens, you have a problem. You don't have enough lighting in your yard and you need to find a solution. Well, that's what we're here today to solve. We are here to look at solar powered lights for outside your home, maybe on the side of your house, your garage, along your fence line, to light up the driveway. Take away the mystery, add some security, add some safety, add some peace of mind, and make it so if you're looking out your window from inside the house, it's not just black. You can see the nice glow, the ambiance of the lights and so on around your yard. And that's what we're here today to take a look at. Now today, we're going to figure out a solution. And the first step really to that is understanding the difference between these kinds of lights that you would normally attach to your fence or the side of your house, things of that nature, to light up those areas. And there's two main kinds. One, you have the motion detector lights, which are usually a little bit more expensive. And then you have non-motion detector lights. The tricky thing with this is that during the fall and winter time, there's less sun and you're dealing with solar lights. So you now have less sun, and if you get one that is non-motion sensitive, it's going to just be on until the battery runs dead. And the next day may be cloudy, the next day it may not be cloudy, it may be sunny, but there's just not enough sun. The location of this area may be a little bit more shaded, or it doesn't have a great view of the sun, and so the battery doesn't have an opportunity to charge back up. In those situations, what ends up happening is the lights just go out. They go out maybe after an hour. So the sun sets, it gets dark out there, the light comes on, an hour later the light goes out, it's only 6 p.m. and your yard is again in the dark. The solution that I've recommended to my clients is a motion sensor type light. And I had the same thing happen here, so I applied that same methodology to my home. Well, actually, a little bit later on in the video, be testing that and kind of showing you how it works. But here's the ones that I got. One thing to keep in mind, just like with any light, solar lights have a light spectrum. So some are a little bit warmer, they're a little bit more yellow, maybe a little bit more orange. Some are a little bit more colder, and so they're a little bit more blue. These actually happen to be on that spectrum. They're a little bit more on the blue side, and to be honest, I personally would prefer if they were a little bit more yellow, but they work so well. These ones are motion sensitive, and I've been testing them now for about a week. The box underneath here is actually empty. There's nothing in there. So I installed 6 of them and I've been testing them. The manufacturer says that for about 15 feet, that's the range for the motion detection. The other great thing about these lights, they have 3 settings. So the first setting is kind of it's a non-motion sensor setting, and it's the medium light. So it's just on. It kind of operates, well, it does operate exactly like the solar lights that don't have any motion sensing capability. So it'll be on until the battery runs dead. And then the next day, it'll charge it back up during the daytime, and it'll do that process again. The trouble with those and that setting is if you don't get enough sunshine, the light's not going to be on very long. The second setting is a low light condition. So they're always on when it's nighttime, and then, but it's a low light setting. So it just gives a nice glow, and I have them down my fence line. And so it just gives a nice glow. it makes it so you could see what's going on, but it's not overly bright. However, if you walk past it, the motion sensor portion of the light kicks on and it goes to ultra bright. It stays on that for about 15-20 seconds, and when it's not detecting motion any longer, it shuts itself back down to the low light condition. What I did with my lights is that I opted for the third setting, which is that they are off until they detect motion, and then they go to super bright. At the front of my gate, I've installed them at the top each side of my gate. I've installed them so that as I drive up or anybody else comes up to my gate, boom, you know, the super bright lights go on and it just illuminates that whole area. As you come in, you know, to my property along the fence line, you know, I have them there. Again, I've only installed 6, so I have 2 on each side of my gate and 4 others on the fence line. But I'm impressed. I'm impressed with them. Enough talk. Let's see how these things actually work.
This right here is the medium light setting. And you notice there's no motion detection or anything like that. They're just on like that 24/7 whenever it's dark. So whenever it goes dark, it comes on, and that's like the pathway light that you're going to see. It really illuminates the ground nicely. I tried to put the camera and show the light that's actually on the ground. The camera's just not sensitive enough on my phone to really pick that up. But it's really nice. It just accents the whole light. You can see the driveway and beyond. It just is much more comfortable environment than just pitch black. But yeah, this is set at the medium light level. I'm going to lower this so that it's at the low light level. So here's the low light level. The low light level, when it's set to that, it'll actually trigger the motion detection as well. So when it's dark out, it'll be at the low light level until motion comes along, and then you'll go to the ultra bright. Again, that lasts about 15 to 20 seconds, and as long as all motion stops, then it will go down to the lowest light setting, and it'll just stay like that as long as there's enough charge in the battery. You saw the further one go down to the low light setting. Now the near one has gone down. I've just remained motionless. Now I will walk in front of both of the lights, but I'll be out about 10 feet away or so, and we'll see if it can pick me up. Oh, pick me up right away there. Oh yeah. Yeah, so it's picking me up at least 15 feet away. I just barely started to approach the further one, and boom, and I wasn't walking directly in front of it. I was actually coming at an angle. That's a very good sign that the motion detection here is excellent.
All right, I didn't want you to think that your screen was broken and whatnot. The screen's going to go black. The reason is that I've set all of these to the third setting, which means that the light is off unless motion is detected. At that point, they're going to go into the ultra bright mode, and basically what I'm going to do is just walk past the lights that I've installed on the fence post, and we'll see them, you know, light up and illuminate the area. The reason I'm using that setting, again, is to conserve battery power, because during fall and winter, we're just not getting enough sun to keep these things charged up and provide light throughout the night. More than likely during the summer, I'll set this to low light condition so that they do illuminate throughout the evening, and hopefully they'll have enough battery to go until morning. But then the sun will come out in the morning, charge them right back up. And remember, with the low light setting, they'll still have motion detection. So if anybody walks by, boom, it'll go to ultra bright mode, and that'll illuminate the area much better. Potentially scare off a burglar or prowler or somebody like that, or, you know, even the chupacabra.
Right now I'm going to walk in front of it. Here we go.
Okay, we're back in my work trailer. Seems like the most appropriate place to film these videos, since we are indeed working on home improvement projects. What did you think of the solar lights? Personally, I've been very impressed. I opened the second box. I've been installing those now. These things are really simple to install. This light specifically is probably the easiest I've seen. There's just one screw. And let's get to that, show you how to do it, and go from there. Let's get this thing installed. It's really easy. Most of these are very straightforward. You have your solar light here. Some of them have a film, a little plastic film that goes over it. Sorry about the weather. Hopefully you can't hear the wind noise, and it's starting to sprinkle out here. Anyway, you get the little film off of there. You can see that. I like to pre-drill my holes. That's always a really good practice. So you just kind of get it centered up here on the post. Have it drill there. Small bit on it. You want to be careful that as you're drilling, you don't hit the solar panel and damage that. That wouldn't be good. We just place the screw into the hole we just drilled. Some of these have more than one screw hole. There you go. That's it. It's that easy. I almost forgot. I didn't include any information about where to get these lights. I have a link in the description of this video. Happy shopping.